Doug Ford wants ships, and he's not talking about the kind you order online. Ontario's Premier just made his pitch to Prime Minister Mark Carney for a bigger slice of Canada's brand new $6.6 billion defense spending bonanza. And honestly, the timing couldn't be more perfect. Here's the setup. On Tuesday, Carney rolled out a massive build-at-home defense industrial strategy designed to reduce Canada's dependence on the U.S. for military equipment. $6.6 billion. That's not a typo. We're talking serious federal investment in domestic defense manufacturing, which is basically Ottawa saying, hey, maybe we should build our own stuff instead of hoping other countries will always be friendly. Then Wednesday rolls around, and Doug Ford sees his opportunity. The Premier stood up and essentially said, my hope is we're going to get a fair piece of the pie. Translation: Ontario has shipyards, Ontario has workers, Ontario has infrastructure. So why shouldn't we be building some of these vessels? It's a reasonable ask, especially when you consider that defense spending usually flows heavily toward coastal provinces. Now, before anyone accuses Ford of just wanting federal money, let's talk about why this actually matters. Ontario has legitimate shipbuilding capacity that's been underutilized for years. Thunder Bay has facilities. Hamilton has history. The province isn't exactly lacking in industrial capability. But here's the catch. Canada's national shipbuilding strategy has historically favored British Columbia and Nova Scotia, which makes sense because, oceans. But Ford's argument is that Ontario shouldn't be shut out of a $6.6 billion spending spree just because we've got lakes instead of coastlines. The bigger picture here is fascinating. Carney's defense strategy is a direct response to increasing geopolitical uncertainty and the reality that relying heavily on American defense suppliers might not be the smartest long-term plan. Building domestically means Canadian jobs, Canadian expertise, and Canadian control over our own defense capabilities. Ford's pitch is essentially, if we're doing this, let's spread the economic benefits across the country, not just the coasts. Whether Ontario gets its fair piece of the pie remains to be seen. Federal procurement decisions involve a lot more than just who asks nicely. But one thing's certain, Ford just put Ontario's shipbuilding ambitions on the national agenda, and with $6.6 billion on the table, this conversation is just getting started. What do you think? Should Ontario get a bigger role in Canada's defense manufacturing, or should it stay focused on coastal provinces? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want daily updates on Canadian politics, because trust me, there's always something happening, hit that subscribe button. We're Canadian Breakdown, and we'll catch you in the next one.